Rock me, mama.
Okay, mamas, I know too many of you are skipping your big girl meals and scraping the leftover mac and cheese from the bowl or having what's left of the goldfish bag. But listen, we gotta eat too. That's why I love mama bars. I keep them everywhere for easy, no excuse access. My car, diaper bag, pantry, Chase's truck, everywhere. That way, when my hanger hits or Eli doesn't feel like sharing his gummies with me, I can rely on a quality ingredient, high protein snack to hold me over. With 3 delicious flavors, there's a mama bar for us all. Or if you're like me, you just rotate through which one is your favorite because they're all so good. Use code RMM15 to save 15% on your mama bar order. That's code RMM15.
I'm back. I'm Amie.
I'm Macy.
And this is Rock Me Mama.
Oh, God, I just butchered that.
Ooh. What are we talking about?
Eli just threw up.
Oh.
I know. He's okay.
Well, they're in school now, so it's like they're literally sick every day. People always tell you about that too. They're like, oh, they're going to be sick every day. No, they literally are.
They like actually are.
Yeah. Petri dishes. That's literally what they say.
You know how they're like, I'm trying to think of how to phrase what's happening in my head. You imagine situations happening and you're like, I wonder how I would handle that. And you like think like, hopefully I'd do it this way.
Yeah.
Well, that happened tonight when he threw up. Like I've like sat and wondered
on you.
Like what I would do, but I have like, cause Hart was sick 2 or 3 weeks ago. And like, you've talked about Farrah throwing up before.
Oh, yeah.
He's never thrown up before. He's done it once in his bed, but I wasn't there. I woke up and found it the next morning. Yeah. And so I've always wondered, like, I wonder how I would handle, and I'm not squeamish with throw up, but I was like, I wonder how I would handle him throwing up. I handled it like exactly how I would have wanted. He's literally standing in front of me, and I was like, it's okay, buddy. And I'm like holding my hand under, and I'm like, it's okay. Like catching literally catching it. Just telling him it's okay. Like coddling his puke in my hands. It's going. My bra is catching it.
No, you're not like grossed out at all.
I'm wearing sweatpants and I don't ever wear underwear. And so I'm like, I literally at one point I was like, oh, it's on my vagina right now. But I'm just sitting there
on my vagina,
like, catching it.
There's been worse there. So.
There has. But I'm literally just like catching it. But that was one of those moments where I was like, I feel like I'm proud of myself as a mom. Yeah. It's not cute because it's about puke, but
you're not like nothing grosses you out when it comes to your kid.
Nothing.
And
you just feel, but it was so sad.
You feel so sad. There's nothing more sad than your kid puking because
it was so sad.
It hurts and it's so painful. Like puking. I just had food poisoning.
Yeah.
It was the worst night of my life.
Yeah.
But at least I understood what was going on. They don't understand.
No.
So they're just like throwing up and they don't get it. And they're like, am I doing something wrong? Am I going to die? Like,
well, and that's why like I immediately was like, it's okay. You're okay. You're not doing anything wrong. And that's like what I immediately was just saying over and over again. And I guess it worked or he just wasn't fazed about it because he literally, y'all have already heard this, but he literally goes, that was a big one. And then when he did it a second time, he goes, that was another big one.
That's so cute.
And shout out to Chase because that's why I've been looking at my phone. He's being really sweet. He's like, stay. I've got it.
Well, in all fairness, he just came back from a boys' weekend golf trip.
I just did my first solo parenting of 2.
You rocked it.
Thank you.
You rocked it.
I'm literally like, where do you want to go, boys? Do you want to go to New Zealand? Because listen up. 3 of us can go. Yeah. I can fucking do it.
You knew.
It was the weekend that I needed. I really needed it.
To prove to yourself that you're capable.
Yeah. Because Chase, we run our business from home. And so we're both home. And I feel like in a way, did I say this to you when you came over on Friday night? You don't know what I'm thinking. Let me know if I said it to you. If not, I was thinking it. But I sometimes feel like Chase almost not enables me.
Yeah, you said it to me.
I haven't had the opportunity. I don't want it to come across as like he's always around helping. That's annoying because like, oh my God, it's not. He helps me and I'm so fortunate that that's the case. And like,
but he's always there. So you don't know your capabilities.
Yes. Yeah. And it's almost like I've been enabled. And so I was really excited about this weekend because I needed for myself, just completely selfishly to know, like, these are my boys. I can do this.
Yeah.
And I like, not to toot my own horn, but like, I'm tooting it.
That's tootable.
That's a big deal.
Root tooting.
No,
I did
it's
a
a
really
big deal.
good job. And honestly, I did not cry one time.
Not the kids, not the boy. Like,
Yeah, no.
I didn't
cry once.
I did not cry once. Y'all literally chased left, and
you
I was
were
like,
at
we'll
the
all
end-
be crying every day.
When we were at the pumpkin patch, I was like, hey, do you want me to like help you get back to the car? And you were like, I'm good. I was like, say what, bitch?
I really like,
You were like, I'm good. I got it.
yeah. And I was ready for Chase to come home, but there was part of me that was like, I kind of want to keep doing it.
can
Like,
do
we
this.
had a really good
Yeah.
weekend.
Well,
We're gonna
it's
cut
a
that
different
out.
dynamic.
Yeah, we're cutting that out so Chase never hears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different dynamic. I mean, when Nick went away for his boys' weekend, I felt like we thrived,
Yeah.
but that's one kid.
Yeah.
It's different.
Well, Nick,
So it's just different, but like you feel like it's so hard to cope with daily life.
Yeah.
But once you are forced not to take anything away from single parents
Oh my
because
God,
they
no, 'cause it's
deserve
not
Nobel
comparable.
Peace
Yeah,
Prizes.
yeah.
I mean, one of my best friends, Stephanie, sent me a picture of a humongous spider the other day, and she said, this is the part of single parenting that
Yeah.
really chaps my ass.
Yeah.
She's like, guess who's going to kill this? Me.
yeah.
And that part,
Yeah.
really grateful for my husband.
Right.
Among other things. But like, it is nice to know you can do it alone.
Yeah, it feels really good. And especially with like, you two know more than anybody, but even the listeners know, like, this postpartum has been really, really hard. And it's, there have been really up until about month 6, which month 6 was last week or the week before. I really
Up until about yesterday.
Yeah, I really have struggled with feeling like I don't know Wyatt. And that's been
His personality is coming out so much now.
oh my God, I know he's the best.
He's so cute and smiley.
But that's been a really big mind fuck. To feel like you don't know your kid
Yeah.
is really hard. And maybe like a better way to phrase that would be like not connecting with him, not bonding with him. But the first 3.5 months were nothing short of hell.
But he was just crying the whole time.
Yeah, there was no opportunity for me to bond with him because
And the breastfeeding
honestly,
journey has been misery.
Yeah, I mean, nothing was enjoyable, to be honest. And which y'all know if you've listened, because I have been honest about it, but nothing was enjoyable about it. And it was really, I mean, a mind fuck is the best way to describe it, because I would literally look at him, because I remember looking at E growing up and just being so fond and just like,
Yeah.
I look at you and I cry. You shit your diaper and I'm like, oh, that was so cute. But like with Wyatt, like there wasn't fondness. I loved him, of course, but there wasn't this just like overwhelming sense of just like, wow, like I made you.
Well, he was crying incessantly, which it wasn't his fault.
Right.
He was taking you away from E.
Yeah.
Which wasn't his fault.
and was confusing.
The breastfeeding journey was atrocious, which wasn't his fault.
He wasn't sleeping.
But all of these things that were not his fault
Right.
were leading you to resent him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like a really hard thing for a mother to swallow.
Hard. And it's hard for me even now to admit.
Yeah. But it's real.
But I like the first 4 months for sure. 5 is probably a little dramatic, but the first 4 months, I was looking at him as like, I know you're mine and I love you, but like, this is really hard and you're the biggest challenge I have had to date. And that's not like a lovey-dovey feeling.
No, that's like a real feeling.
Yeah. And I now look at him and I'm just like, oh my God, I love you. Like, you are mine. I love every part of you. And I'm obsessed with you.
He is so delicious.
Yeah. And it's just like, it feels really good to be there.
He is delicious.
He is really scrumptious.
Like, I will look in his little, he loves me, but
does love
I
you.
will hold him and take his little face and kiss his little nose. And he just gives...
He's a
He is
really
so
happy little
happy.
buddy. Yeah, he's really
You
happy.
figured out his food allergy and you guys figured out all the things that needed to be done, which is a testament to you guys. Like, you guys did the work.
Yeah.
But he is a happy little
He
buddy.
is. He's
I mean,
really
he's just like,
happy.
you can bring him and he just chills and smiles and makes noises. And he loves yelling and hearing his own
Loves
voice. but
yelling.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
You're about to have this, baby.
I know.
I was just thinking about Morgan, how like, this is about to happen. The hardest thing that Morgan's ever been through is about to happen.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
But you know what? How cool that you've like seen, you are prepared and you have a fucking village.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Like, honestly, we are
You
all
do.
so close that your kids are literally my kids.
I know.
Yeah.
You can drop your kids, and they're finally at the age where you could drop them.
Yeah.
And be like,
And not even like
if they
bat
nap,
an
they
eye.
nap. If they don't,
No.
they
Yeah.
don't.
I know.
Sorry,
Yeah.
life goes on.
Yep.
It's not life or death like it was. And then you can come to us with anything. We're going to be dropping off food.
Yeah.
We're going to be dropping off clothes. We're going to be coming over to clean and hold the baby. I mean, like legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they say it takes a village,
Yeah.
that's what we have.
Yeah, because not everybody.
That's fucking crazy.
Most
Though. What a
people, I
different
would say,
experience.
don't have that, and
90% of
we
people don't have that.
So like, use it. I know I did with y'all. Oh my god! And that's another thing. More is like, if I pray to God that you're postpartum, I hope that Rudy doesn't give you the issues.
I hope it's different.
You're not the only one praying
Yeah.
to God for that.
Yeah,
sister.
I hope it's easier than hers was.
Bill's down there going like,
Yeah, I hope it's easier than hers was.
but if
But at least
there
now you
will
know
be-
what to look for. Like literally, you know everything to
Yeah.
look for.
Oh my God.
Because you
you're
guys weren't
allowed-
around for mine.
right.
I, with Hart, like, I mean, at 2 months, he was losing weight.
Yeah.
And we ended up supplementing with formula. And like the whole time I had like known like, oh, like ties or like, difficulty with breastfeeding. And I just like was at the space where like, obviously I knew that was a resource, but I couldn't, I was just like,
Yeah.
probably not.
Yeah.
But like now knowing, like, I mean, my sister just had a baby a month ago and like he had a tongue tie and like he got that fixed and stuff like that. And so I'm like, okay, I can like take the step to like try to figure it out and
Yeah.
resolve something.
Well,
if
and
it's-
I got all the resources to give you.
Exactly.
I did so much learning during all this.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I feel like we've all been educated ridiculously through this
Yeah.
process with Macy.
Seriously,
Oh,
it's been
yeah.
so
Like
much.
we've learned so much through
Yeah.
what
Oh, my
she's gone
word.
through that it's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
you're
we'll be
gonna
like-
have so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
at your
and you're
disposal.
allowed, like,
Exactly.
it wasn't that long ago that I was like in hell. So
Legit.
moments that you're like, hey, smoke signal, I like actually don't like
Yeah.
this and I don't want to admit it out loud, but I don't like it. You can literally call me and be like, hey, I don't like it. And I'll be like, that's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
like it either.
It's okay to not like it. It's also okay to not like being pregnant. I mean,
Yeah. Oh my
it's
God, it's
okay.
so
It's
okay.
okay to say like this fucking sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of times that Amie texted me, because you always knew when I was just like, I mean, I was in a dark hole for a while, but you knew when I was in like the dark hole in the dark hole.
Yeah.
And like, because there were like multiple layers of that dark hole. The amount of times that I texted you, just like, I couldn't even speak words to like where I was. I would just send you a selfie back crying.
Yeah.
Was literally like every other day.
And I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
Yeah, and I like because
Every
I
other
felt
day.
safe though, because Amie, we've talked about this enough, I think, on the podcast. But your experience with Farrah
Yeah.
was very similar to mine,
Yeah.
and so you would come over and just be like, "Give me him, it's fine," and I would like feel bad because I'd be like, "Nobody's gonna cry the whole time,"
And I was
she's
like, "I don't give a fuck
It
if he
doesn't
cries."
matter.
Doesn't bother me.
Especially when it's not.
It ain't my kid.
especially when it's
It
not
ain't
your
my kid, but
to
also
go.
I'd been through it. Like she
Right.
cried for the first fucking year.
Yeah. And like knowing that, I was able to like release that like, ugh, but you're gonna think he's like annoying. That sounds bad. But like those
No.
fears of like, I don't want to give him to you because, and that
He
was
was
why
uncomfortable.
I dropped E off with you a few times, but there you offered so many times, and I love you for it, but you offered so many times to take Wyatt. And I literally, both Chase and I were like, we can't do it because he's so hard. Like, and you were always like, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
But we like struggled with that
even hanging out
because
as a group, and I would like hold him for like a good 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you and Chase are both like, oh my God.
because
He would fall
but we,
asleep on you,
felt
too.
bad. I know you were like the
He
baby
would always
whisperer.
fall asleep on
but
Morgan.
we literally, it was so hard that we would feel
know.
bad. And like Amie, we knew that her experience was that.
Oh.
And so she was the one person that I was like, okay,
she
she's not
gets it.
gonna like,
Oh.
yeah. It's crazy. I was texting my dear friend Jamie, who y'all met Jamie. She was my doula. Beautiful, dark brown hair.
Yep.
Actually, I guess it's like technically black. I love her though. I was texting her today, actually, just telling her like this revelation that I've had, which I think it took this weekend to kind of like realize that. But this big revelation of like, I like have like Wyatt and I are buds. Like you guys
are the same.
This. Yeah,
he looks exactly like you.
Yeah, like he's
gonna be exactly like you.
He is gonna be.
He brings
exactly
Farrah
like
energy.
Yeah,
his
and
little
like
tuft
relentless
of hair.
energy.
I know, it's tuft.
He's so fucking cute. Yeah,
But I was telling her literally what I just said about like looking at him now and being like, I love every part of you, and like that feeling really, really good.
But I never experienced that because Farrah was my first and only.
Yeah.
And so even though she was literally a terrible fucking baby, she was miserable. I never had those feelings of doubt with her.
Yeah.
Because I loved her so much. She was all I had.
Right.
It was how you felt about E, but Wyatt's demeanor.
Right.
Well,
And so, but if I had another and it took me away from Farrah, and it consumed my whole life in that way that Farrah did, but I had Farrah to pay attention to, I would have resented the shit out of that. And so I understood where you were coming from because I was like, I would feel those feelings.
Yeah.
And, you know, I told you guys, I was listening to this podcast about a woman that had postpartum, not paranoia, psychosis.
Yeah.
And she said, like, you know, she thought her baby was like a demon, and the baby cried nonstop. And women don't. We're going to reach out to her. When a baby cries nonstop, it sounds, when you hear it, it sounds like one thing. When you experience it, it is crazy making.
You're in another universe.
It's crazy making.
You're in the like universe in scary movies.
Because you haven't slept
Yep.
in so long that you're no longer able to understand what is reality and what is not.
Yep.
And you start to really doubt your ability to take care of this child.
That's what it's mostly, not mostly that. It's a lot of things, but that is what I always go back to. And I cried about it on this very podcast, sitting in this very spot, is literally, why the fuck can't I do this? I am your mom. Why can I not figure out why you were crying? Why can't I make it go away? Why can't I make you feel better? And that to me was more maddening than the lack of sleep.
It's the inadequacy.
It's why I am your mom. Why?
Yeah. But it's not about you. They're uncomfortable.
Right. And
because they're still technically kind of supposed to be in you.
Yeah. They don't know that they're not.
I talk about her all the time, but one of my best friends, Sophia, she just had her second kid. And Romy, her first kid, is 5 or 6. And she really, until she got pregnant with Nikki, did not know, can I ever do this again?
Yeah.
Because Romy was so hard. And cried nonstop and was so sassy and so difficult. Now she's like at 5 or 6, like she's literally my best friend.
Yeah.
It's where Farrah and I are already kind of getting to, where it's like Farrah's tough, but like honestly, we just chill. Like she is so crazy, but she's also my best friend.
Yeah.
We discuss everything all day, and we hang out and we dress up and we do.
Oh, I love it.
Like legitimately, we're like the same person.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's how Romy is. But as a baby, it was the same thing as Farrah. And I remember I didn't have a baby, but Sophia we would do our WhatsApp, and because she lives in Germany. But
when did she have her baby? I didn't know.
She just had Nikki, God, not even maybe 2 months ago.
Okay. She's the prettiest person I've ever seen in my entire life. Ever.
She's a fan of the podcast. She listens to every episode.
You're the most beautiful person in the entire world.
No, let me tell you, when I would go, it takes you know what? I give myself a lot of credit. I hung out with Sophia every single day. We lived together and we went out together every single night. Every time we went out, literally people would pretend that I was not there because I did not exist next to this woman.
You're one of the hottest people I know, and I don't even I love you. I don't even doubt it. She is beautiful.
I've personally never existed.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Stop.
She is Morgan is so beautiful. You guys are so
really
No,
is.
don't make this about me. Just let me have the joke and keep moving.
Just wait till she's done with Rudy. Just wait till this bitch comes out of the woodwork when we've been done with her, snatching her.
Yes.
Snatching
her.
Yeah, Sophia is one of those people that like, you got to be a strong fucking woman to be friends with this bitch because she is that fucking hot.
She's beautiful.
And not only, but she's also fucking cool and smart and fierce. Anyway, she had Nikki and her and I talk all the time. And she was like, Amie, I can't even tell you how different this experience is.
Oh, good.
He's just a joy.
Good.
Like she had him and she said that she's been like on a cloud.
Good.
And she was in the hospital for like a week. They hospitalized her to induce her and she fought and she was like, I do not want a C-section. So she kept waiting. She said, he's not ready. He's not ready.
Oh, good for her.
She kept fighting.
Good for her.
Right?
That's a girl after my own heart. Yeah.
She kept fighting and she had a vaginal birth, which I really prayed for her. I did not want her to experience a C-section. I did not. Anyone that I love, even people I hate, I don't want an emergency C-section or a C-section. The recovery is just so gnarly. So anyway, she had the baby and she's like, we talk all the time about my struggle with, trying to have another kid. And she's like, I never thought I could have like a beautiful experience that really like was so easy and joyful. Yeah. And she's having that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for her.
Good.
Yeah. And I'm like, you fucking bitch.
I wonder if she's like gonna want another one.
I'm like, of course you have a fucking beautiful experience.
Yeah.
No.
After a hellacious one.
She went through hell. And she's been through it. I mean, she's been through a lot in her life, but I'm like very happy for her. And she's one of those people that doesn't show faces. She'll send me pictures, but she doesn't show faces online because she's a public figure. She's a host and does a lot of things. So she doesn't show. So I have not seen Nikki. I've seen, so I need to see him. But
I'm sure he's beautiful.
Oh God.
Yeah. I'm sure he's
beautiful. And she's engaged to someone different than she had with her first child. And she's like, life happens. Doesn't happen the way you think it's going to happen.
No.
It sure doesn't.
It really doesn't.
And you know what? Fucking good for her.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Be happy. Live your life. Find love.
Yeah.
Don't stay with someone if it's not right.
Yeah.
We support you, girl.
Don't stay with someone if it's not right.
That's how my brother is with his kid. I've told you that story. And he's with George. I'm obsessed with his girlfriend now.
Oh, my word.
I'm obsessed with her.
She's cool. She looks like Casey Musgraves.
Her. No, she's like,
she looks like if Paris Hilton and Casey Musgraves had a child.
She is so nice.
She's really cool.
Nice. Isn't she the best?
She's super cool and smart and dope.
She's the best. I was over at their house last night. They're literally the best. It was her idea to go to Barcelona for.
Oh, Barcelona.
It was Jordan's idea. Yeah.
Cute. I'm excited about that. They have really good drinks.
I just want their carafe. Y'all, wait, I said carafe last night and my brother goes, I thought it was carafe.
Isn't it?
Oh, no, it's carafe.
Okay, so I thought it was,
No, it's carafe.
I say carafe. Okay.
Carafe.
Well, Kyle said, I thought it was carafe.
Carafe.
No, it's not carafe.
Kyle's my brother.
Come on, Kyle.
Pretty funny.
Play the game, carafe.
Carafe of drink, right?
Yeah, it's carafe. I mean, I worked at Starbucks and I called them carafes.
You guys made me think that like mantra was mantra.
And mantra.
So I
still go back and forth with that one.
It's mantra.
Well, sometimes I say mantra. Sometimes I say mantra. Tomato, tomato.
Sometimes I say carafe. Sometimes I say carafe.
Sometimes I say carafe.
It's 100% not carafe.
You never know what you're
okay. That's one thing I can definitely say. It is not carafe.
Bill's been pronouncing things wrong lately, so Bill. Of course it's only feeding his anxiety.
Bill's down there like
the other day he just was saying a sentence and he was saying the word havoc and he said havok.
But here's the funniest thing. Why am I just like Bill and just like Chase?
No,
like I am your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that you and
I represent both of your husbands.
Chase are both Scorpio.
Me and Chase are very similar. Scorpios? And when you talk to me about Bill and all of his anxieties and neuroses, I am Bill.
Bill's a Virgo, but I need to look up his
I
would like to know.
Two of my brothers are Virgos and I'm very close with both of them.
No, you and Chase's birthday is 5 days apart.
I know. And I'm a lot like Chase, and I'm a lot like Bill.
Yeah, we need to look into this.
Like you guys say shit about your husbands, and I'm like,
also,
same.
But I think I'm a lot like Nick, though. Whenever you say things about Nick, I'm like,
so much like Nick. You're so much like Nick. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
The huffing and puffing and
I see that.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Nick is a huffer and a puffer.
Every time you say things about Nick, I'm like, oh yeah.
I would never do that or say that or think that at all.
That's annoying. And then I just
I would never say dress to the nines.
Oh yeah.
Or like my feelings wouldn't be hurt if you weren't excited to see me after being gone for a weekend.
That's so weird. Yeah. No, never. Yeah. Never done that. Never that.
Anyways.
Yeah,
I finally let Nick have sex with me the other night. No, because so I was
there was a no touchy rule for no touchy 2 weeks.
There was a no touchy rule for a minute. What? Oh, because I was sick. I had food poisoning and walking pneumonia.
Okay,
and
I mean,
there was one day where I was so sick that I was like, you have to take off work. I've puked the entire night and I'm shaking. I can't even take myself to the doctor. And halfway through that day, my husband
don't say this.
Didn't feel good. So he
Nicholas
took that rest of the day to not feel good and for me to play and handle my toddler while I had walking pneumonia and food poisoning. And I fucking resented the shit out of him. Because I was like, motherfucker, this is what I said to him. I was like, I bleed for 5 to 7 days a month. The week before that, I'm a raging sociopath. And you don't hear me say boo about it. So you don't feel good while I have food poisoning and walking pneumonia.
At the
and
same
you want
time.
my goddamn sympathy?
This is really sad because
I hated him.
You have to forgive him. Macy and he's dead to me.
R.I.P. Nick. R.I.P.
When he came to me and he was like, what's wrong? I was like, you want to know what's wrong?
Step into my office.
Step in.
I hate everything about the way that you are.
I did not let him touch me for 2
Why are you
full
the way
do you choose to be?
for 14 working days. And
that's it.
And then the other day I was like, God, we got to break the seal. Like, I got to let you do something. But because I'm on so much medication just to like act normal, I was like, I ain't going to get off. I'm not going to come. So I'm just going to bend over. Let's do this.
pull it down?
Here's the thing.
I'm not getting off on Prozac, Wellbutrin, and propanolol. It's not happening.
Okay. Oh, Bill sent me the quote. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
That's what it is. We like combined it, and it was
we did.
Not right. But I knew where you were going with that.
Amie, 14 days. You know,
I don't even think it was 14 days. That's
you're a different.
Yeah.
It's just a different
That's not
life that you're living.
That's not a long time.
Bill and I.
Is that not a long time?
Bill and I did it the other morning. And pregnancy aside, this was happening.
Well, you're pregnant.
No, this was happening before though. Okay, let's be clear. And y'all, it's not that I'm not attracted to him. It's not anything.
Oh, Bill's adorable.
I know he is.
Well, but you talk about that too.
It's me.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way. Like Nick is hot, but like I just am.
We're all on the same page.
2 months.
Yeah.
But when I was pregnant,
Amie goes.
But to be fair, when I was pregnant, it was like that too.
No.
When I was as pregnant as you, until the very end, I was just letting him have sex with me to induce labor.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember when I
was not doing it
you had
ever.
You had a horny stint.
It was
you were doing it.
It was like a full 5 business days.
Yeah. I had a horny stint in first
5
trimester.
business days of horn.
I had 2 business
5
days.
business days of horn.
I had 2 business days.
You had 2 business days, and yours is always in the morning.
This is so sad.
Only in the morning. Or middle of the night, like 3 a.m. morning. Or
You're strictly morning. Even if it's 3, you're strictly 3 to 7. Mm-hmm. It ain't happening any other time.
Okay, outside of pregnancy doesn't count. Let's make that clear.
No, pregnancy more. You're doing 2 months.
Yeah,
not bad for pregnancy.
Doesn't count.
It might not have been.
Also, though, breastfeeding.
Oh no, I don't have sex during breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding is nope. Dare I say
worse than pregnancy?
I have been pregnant twice now. I have breastfed twice now. Breastfeeding's harder than pregnancy for me.
Oh yeah.
Because someone is suckling on your boobs.
Well, and
why would anyone else need to suckle?
And on demand.
Yeah. Because, but during pregnancy though, you do have more blood flow. More, stuff. Things can feel better. When you're breastfeeding,
nope.
It's like taking a walk without water on the Sahara Desert.
I can
Sahara.
I can
Who knows?
feel your gaze.
Try Prozac. Yeah. I'm the Sahara Desert.
Yeah, it's there's no little weeds growing anywhere. It's dry as can be down there.
Dry land.
No. Dry.
Yeah, no, it's like I can feel your gaze. Like I can feel it.
Yeah, it hits
don't
me.
even look at me.
Yeah,
well, I texted y'all from, we took an anniversary trip we brought Wyatt, but we took an anniversary trip. That was our Asheville trip.
Did you guys dunk it?
No, remember I texted y'all. That was the picture of the towel on the bathroom
floor.
Because he literally, and to his credit,
the blowjob.
I'm like, oh yeah, that one.
The one.
I know exactly what you're referencing.
17 minutes.
It took 17 minutes.
It literally, well, okay.
Her jaw hurts too.
I have some jaw thing. My jaw literally locks up in the middle of blowjobs almost every time. I literally have to be like, hang on. And pull, it hurts. It's not an excuse. It's not that I hate, I don't love giving them, but they literally, it physically hurts me. I have to stop and go,
this is the bitch that runs marathons and
it hurts so bad. So anyways, we were in Asheville for our anniversary trip. So obviously sex would have been nice. It's our, but we didn't pack any coconut oil or any whatever, what's it called?
Lube, whatever.
We use coconut oil, but lube to you. And so we tried to do it on our last night. And that was our fun day. We'd been at the brewery. So he was feeling really good. Yeah, I was feeling mostly good, but I was still breastfeeding. And so we tried to have sex with me, which totally would have been down.
Yeah.
But I looked at him, I said, did you pack coconut oil? And he was like, no. And I was like, then you're not getting in.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way it'll get in. Yeah. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, no, there's no way. Yeah. Yeah. And he was like, well, can you know how they ask?
Yeah.
They're like, can you give me
help me out?
So
you got 10 minutes for your boy?
You got 10 minutes for your boy. No, but literally, it's
you got 10 minutes for your boy is everything.
It is everything.
It will never die.
The amount of times Bill's used
that's pretty good. But he was like, can you give me a blowjob? And I was like, okay, sure. I'm not gonna be like, now. So on the hotel bathroom floor, Wyatt's literally asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lay down a towel. And he's been drinking.
Yeah, so it's harder.
Oh my God.
My condolences, sister.
I literally, the amount of times that I looked up and said, are you almost there? And every once in a while, I'll ask, I'll literally are you almost there? Because I'm I'm in pain. Yeah. It literally is hurting. I asked no less than 4 times. Are you and by the last time I was like, are you fucking done?
He's like, yeah, I'm so close.
And of course he's like, yeah, I'm close, over and over again. And I'm like, you're not close. You're not close. And then I literally sent y'all a picture of the towel on the hotel ground, being like, I just gave Chase a 17
bless our husband
fucking minute blowjob.
Asking, are you done once every 4.25 minutes?
Bless our husbands. 4.25.
Well, and then the whole time,
how long 4 minutes is when you're blowing someone.
A long time. My jaw. I had to massage it after, and then of course he gets to go to bed after. I have to pump, clean the pumps, take off my makeup,
clean the jizz.
Yeah. All the things. Anyways, sorry,
hard.
Chase.
It's hard out here.
It's really hard.
All
that to say, really breastfeeding and sex do not mix.
Honestly, when I was breastfeeding, I was the least horny that I've ever been.
It doesn't mix.
It is, and every time Nick would try, I would hate his fucking guts.
I think I'm the least horny I've ever been right now.
Well, you're
okay. You're pregnant.
What are you? 30? What are you? How?
But I'm 28 and 29 on Thursday.
Yeah, you're there.
But you forget though, so maybe it was worse. But it's because it's
no. You have a toddler. It's worse
recency bias.
It's worse.
No, you have a toddler. It's worse now. I promise you, it's worse now. You have to take care of a little person.
These men are unfazed.
I do want to give Chase a shout out though, because y'all know I talked about this. I think on episode 1. I cry after sex a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a regular thing. It's really just when I'm hormonal, mostly pregnant. Every once in a while when I'm breastfeeding.
That is so sad.
We do know that fact. We do.
Everybody knows that fact. It's really mostly when I'm pregnant. It's 100% of the time when I'm pregnant. It's like
you've been pregnant like the whole time that we've known you. Other than like right now.
It's like 20% of the time when I'm breastfeeding. But it's because I'm like genuinely bummed that it sucks.
Yeah.
Like right now, if I cry after having sex, it's because I'm like, I want to fucking like this, but like I physically can't. And then I like get in my head about it, and our mind. Well, and
you start thinking about your relationship as a whole.
Yes,
but that's
what it is. And Chase is so kind and so understanding. And literally, like the last time we tried it, I was like, I'm sorry, because I'm like, I'm sorry that like that sucked. Like I'm sorry, and he's like, babe, like this is how it was last time. And he's like, you forget that sex was not normal for us until like 6 months after you were done breastfeeding. And like he's so good about being like. I'm here.
Perspective.
This is how it was.
Yeah.
You forgot. It wasn't easy. We figured it out the first time.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out again. So
and
he's
you're
really
not
good
having
about
another kid. So it's like, this is it. You'll figure it out. For good.
So he's good about reminding me of that. But yeah, sex and breastfeeding don't mix.
And I think we've talked about like how both of our husbands, we really feel like we have to teach them how to like please us.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a natural thing that men know how to do.
Yeah.
And I think when you meet someone that you're so attracted to and you're in love with right away, you kind of skip the part where they really need to learn your body because you're just so attracted to them.
Like sexual
and you have so much tension. So when real life comes in, you realize, okay, we don't really know how to please. I know how to please you because you're a man. It's mechanical. But you might not know how to please me. And so when real life comes in and you have to really basically teach your partner, hey, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. And you can't get away with doing anything because it's not that new. There's not that newness.
Yeah.
I think that's something that's really important in relationships with partners that you plan to like be with the rest of your life.
You have to teach them that your clit isn't on your kneecap.
Yeah. And I've had to teach Nick how to get me off. Like and sometimes doesn't work, but like, at least I've had to like go through the motions with him and be like, hey, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. And he's like, well, what about, I'm like, when I first met you, I was just so excited by you that like, I was so excited to be there with you.
Yeah.
But now life has happened and I ain't that excited to be here. So how do you get me in the mood?
Yeah.
How do you get me there?
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to have that open conversation with the person that you're with.
Yeah.
That's good.
And like I have had to do that with Nick. I have had to like be like, hey, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
I know that that's what you see in porn. Or like I know that that's what you feel like all women want because you watch porn, which almost all men do. But that doesn't feel good for me.
Yeah.
So like slow it the fuck down.
Yeah.
And even like, like during, that's one thing. But like even like before or like even, like trying to work up to it. Like, like just whenever you're passing each other in the house or whatever. Also, I think matters a lot to women because we're very responsive.
Yes.
I think it's like responsive, and then men are, I forget what the other word
No, but love language matters.
Yeah.
Doing things
and like,
that...
What is it? Like men are like sexually are like microwaves and women are like slow cookers?
Yes. Yeah. That's one thing that I like.
Or something.
Yeah.
Chase can be like, hey, do you want to like, and like, listen, all sexual credit goes to Chase. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If he didn't initiate, we wouldn't be having sex. And so like I can't talk shit about his sex game because truly honest to God, because of my hormones right now.
Kids.
Yeah. And it's not him.
Little babies.
I'm so attracted to him.
Yeah.
He is an incredible husband.
We all have hot husbands.
Yeah. It's nothing to do with him.
It's not about that. It's about they're not new to us.
Right. Well, and
we've seen them sitting on the fucking toilet.
Yeah.
They've seen us giving birth.
Yeah.
It's like there ain't no sexy mystery happening.
But it does take work, and Chase does make that move for us. But it's hard because women, we are like slow cookers. Like, and my love language is words of affirmation. So like, if we are about to have sex, I need you to like tell me sweet things. I need you to like make me feel like I'm beautiful. I need you to tell me you love my body. Like, I need to hear these things.
Yeah.
It's not like hey, we got 10 minutes because the kids are napping, which like,
cool.
That's how I mean, realistically, that's how it gets done. But it's hard for me to be like, oh, yeah, we've got 10 minutes. Like, this is our time.
Yeah.
I can turn it on. Because, like, I can't turn it on.
See, mine's acts of service. So, like, if Nick cleans when I'm putting her down and then, like, leaves a glass of wine or something for me.
Oh, you posted your story.
Yeah,
I'm like, did he get you're getting laid.
Yeah. Huh. Did he get laid that night?
A couple weeks ago?
Probably.
You posted, we're like, this is love.
Probably. He left me a bottle of wine and it was clean. It was clean.
Yeah, it was so cute. I was like,
that's,
Nick.
To me, that's like sexy acts of service.
Yeah.
But I'm an act of service person. You guys know this as friends. I'm not the person that's gonna, I don't know. I'm not the person that's gonna come with the best gift for
gift giving is mine.
Whatever.
Y'all aren't going to get a gift from me probably ever.
I'm not
a gift giver.
But I'm someone that's going to do something that you need that you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be there unequivocally when you need me.
100%.
No words spoken.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am an acts of service human being. I am no frills. You know, like when Spencer had her kid, I texted her, I was like, what do you need? Because I don't want to guess and I don't want to throw you a fucking frilly party.
Yeah.
What do you fucking need? And she was like, I love this.
Because this sounds like.
She's like, this is what I need. This is what I require. And I said, done.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like a romantic person. I'm not. Yeah. You're not going to wake up to 2 tickets and, to Paris. But like, all the things that you don't know are being done are done for you. Mm-hmm. You know, if I disappeared from Nick's life, he would really, really wonder how things went on.
Okay, I think every husband could.
Yeah, that's what I was telling. I think Macy and Maddie and Spencer. Wow, y'all really be popping them out. It's like, I for some reason, I think it's probably my like Southern roots and my like. My mom being really good at like cooking and things like that and like, potlucks and things, stuff, whatever. And feeling this pressure to like bring food.
Yeah.
Or cook. It's like, I don't even cook for my.
Yeah.
We don't even think about dinner until 30 minutes before we're like on our deathbeds hungry.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, I just feel this like pressure. And it's like, I also didn't want to like express that to my friends because it's like, oh, it's not about me, but like, just like being real. And so I'm like, I would rather just like come over and hold your baby.
Yeah.
Or
Which you
bring
did.
you something you need or something like that. And it was, so awkward. So yeah, I'm thinking about how that relates to my marriage. I don't really know. But like, I'm still figuring it out, y'all.
You figure out who you are. I mean, it's some people. I mean, my sister-in-law sends us Christmas cards every year. That, I don't know that I will ever do that. Now, especially that there's like Instagram and Facebook, like I don't really see myself making Christmas cards.
Wow, I remember talking about that last year and it's almost December. We've been friends for a while now.
Yeah.
I remember having this conversation with Nick
and like I'm going to have to learn how to do Valentine's for Farrah so that she's not the only kid in school without Valentine's.
Yeah.
Because that's not how my brain works. I am not PTA mom.
Yeah.
I am a different kind. Like I will take all of your friends and cook everybody dinner and make everybody comfortable and provide everyone with everything. But I'm not sending the Valentine's home with I mean, it's just weird.
I'm not that way either.
I'm just my brain is in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all, my sister, one of her best friends has a birthday coming up and she like creeped her Pinterest, like went to a craft store, like making her a custom charm bracelet.
I mean, so thoughtful.
I'm like,
not me.
Y'all, mark my words, y'all will never get a gift from me.
You are the gift, Mace.
Right. Yeah. But no, literally you won't. You literally won't ever. And it's not because I don't love the shit out of y'all.
No,
it's because
it's not what you do.
Like Chase's birthday is next month.
Ways of showing my love.
I hate giving gifts.
Yeah.
We do too. Y'all, Chase and I have been together for 10 years now. And we give gifts. And sometimes it's just like, ooh, I saw this. Like, this is fun.
That's how I am.
But
if
we
I see
literally,
things, I'll get it.
But we literally, like, we do like, because we don't, gifts are hard. It's not
I'm
our
not
thing.
someone that believes in like Valentine's Day. Like I believe that every day you should show your people how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just not really a festive person. I'm learning to be because my kid is ridiculously
Kids do
festive.
change that. Yeah.
Like
they will bring it out.
Farrah is obsessed with Halloween.
Yeah.
We have decorated our house.
Same.
We will decorate for Christmas because this queen needs a different costume every day. She woke up from her nap. I was in the studio today. She woke up and Nick had to put her immediately in her Cinderella costume.
Oh.
Because that's the only way she would go through the rest of her day.
Yeah.
Was as Cinderella.
Kids definitely change that.
She is festive as fuck.
Yeah.
She has 5 different costumes and it's
so
not even
cute.
Halloween.
Yeah.
So cute.
And I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I had a cousin, my cousin Sam, dressed up as Spider-Man or Superman every day for like 3 years when we were growing up. He wore his cape to school.
Oh, Sam.
And I was like, that's so cute.
Spider Sam.
And now I realize that I have a kid that will probably be wearing a cape to school. Like she is, she is an extrovert.
And she's going to serve.
She is festive and she is an individual. She will not be told to wear anything.
No.
Like she picks her outfits and her shoes and I'm not allowed to put them on her. She wears shoes that are on the wrong feet every day. And I have to switch them because she's like, I did it, mommy. And I'm like, you're 2.5. I thought this wasn't coming till you were 5.
Right.
Yeah.
No, she's ahead.
She's 2.5.
Across the board.
It's crazy.
Just across the board.
What do you do whenever, like, love languages, whenever you, I think love languages are technically supposed to be like how you receive.
Well, there's both. It's how
Yeah.
you give and how
But
you
how
receive.
how do you function whenever your husband tells you that his love language is receiving gifts, which how convenient. And that's literally your worst nightmare is giving anyone a gift.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
I think it just takes a lot because like
Nick's is physical touch and words of affirmation.
Yeah. And Nick and I are the same person.
Yeah. And so I have to touch him and tell him how great he is all the time. And it's like not natural for me all the time.
Yeah.
I have to force myself.
I think there's some hidden one that's mine that would make me want to have sex with my husband. Maybe we should figure that out.
Yeah.
There's some one that hasn't been discovered.
Right.
You're like random though, because sometimes you'll text us and you'll be like, I want to have sex with Bill so much. And it's because of no reason at all.
That was probably that 5 business days.
The last time was the 5 business days.
5 business days.
That might be pushing it.
See, for me, when Nick gets a haircut, I always have sex with him because he looks so good with the beard and the whole thing.
Yeah, you have always said that.
No, the other day I was looking at old photos on my phone and I found one of the first ones that I ever saw of Bill.
Cute.
And like I remember like telling my parents I had a boyfriend and it was like the picture I showed them. And I looked at it, was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then I was like thinking about like, oh my gosh, we like kind of couldn't keep our hands off of each other. And then I was like, anyway,
moving on.
But you remember the beginning where you
were
like
all that way,
could not.
we were like bunnies the first
I would love
2 years
have that back.
Yeah.
Same.
There are sometimes like if Nick talks to me about history or politics or things that he's extremely knowledgeable on when he explains things to me and he has his glasses on from Warby Parker.
Oh, the glasses are good. They're good. The glasses on Nick are good.
They're good.
Yeah, they're really
When he does that, explains things to me and he's not thinking about it. When Nick's trying to be sexy and trying to hit on me, I'm not into it.
No, it never works.
It's so gross.
But when he's like, ooh, ooh. I'm like, all right. Oh my God.
It never works.
But when he's like just explaining something to me
truly
and just being himself, I'm like, oh, that's
I
the
feel
man.
Yeah,
That's the man that I fell in love with.
For sure.
100%.
Because when I met Nick was not trying to like, Nick was into me, but he thought of me as like someone he's trying to fuck for the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't know who I was. Yeah. He was like, I would like to get in this girl's pants.
Yeah.
That is my plight.
Respect.
That is my plight. And so I like saw who he really was. I mean, one of the first things he said to me is that he was like, he would love to have sex with Serena Williams. And I was like, I respect it. She's bomb.
Oh yeah.
He was like, I would fuck Serena Williams. And like, that was one of the first conversations we had. And I was like, yeah, she's dope.
100%.
She's hot as fuck.
I can't wait to still chase that fact about Nick.
Thick and juicy. But like
And just
him
the
just
most
being
badass.
him
Yeah.
was like so cool to me. Yeah. But then, like, once they start to try to impress you, it's like they put on this thing. And
yeah, it doesn't work.
Now I know who he is. Now I know him. But I also know when he's trying to get laid. And I'm like,
yeah. I know. It's such a difficult thing to deal with, the dynamics, because I sound like a jerk when I'm like, oh, I would love to have that feeling back, like whenever.
No, we all
not,
feel
that.
But it's like, because also I wouldn't trade like knowing him and like having him as a partner or anything like that. Like, there's so many wonderful things about him that I'm just like,
no, we all have really good guys.
Oh yeah. And like, I didn't know those things then. Of course, like I knew he was a good guy, but so it's just like,
I agree. And seeing that vulnerability, like seeing him break down, seeing the tragedy that's happened in our lives and how he handles it.
Yeah.
Those are beautiful things that make me love him so much more. Is it hot? It
doesn't have to be. He's a life partner.
It's a life partner. Yeah. But there is still no one I would choose over him.
Oh God, no.
And if I'm wanting to have sex, it's with him.
Yeah.
Or a fictional
Colleen
character
Hoover.
from a Colleen Hoover book.
But like, what's the harm?
But they don't actually exist.
That's why she has a very
That's why she's got a following, honey. Yeah. But I mean, that's who I choose. And
every day.
It would literally, there is no one on this earth that I would choose above him.
Yeah.
Not Tom Hardy, not Brad Pitt. Not fucking Ryan Gosling. I mean, all of my tops, all of my top hottest guys, tops. I would still choose my husband.
With a Mine's Ashton Kutcher with a mustache.
I would still choose my husband.
Yeah, I would too. I really would.
Genuinely, because I think he's like more beautiful and better. Not just because he's mine, because I actually think that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I know when you are sitting on the toilet for 45 minutes taking a dump and then the whole house smells.
Yeah.
That ain't that hot.
And it's like, it's exactly what you said too, is like, I love you and I am attracted to you and I want all these things, but also like, please don't try to be sexy. And
just be you.
Like, I'm
but like, if I put on a bra and panties and like danced around the house, Nick would think I was Jenny from the block. I mean, literally, it would just be like back to that.
Yeah.
And that's honestly, I fucking love that about men.
Yeah.
I love
that is admirable.
I love that simplicity.
It makes it easy.
I love the simplicity that like really anything we do, they're just so happy about. Like if we would try for just 1 second to bring that sex appeal, they're like about it.
And then maybe you would feel good and into it. At this point, I'm more focused on what I can do that'll turn them off. And
I will say though, what? Go on.
I know what it is, and I do it.
I know what it is too.
The farting.
Yeah.
So I will say that before Nick, I was in a relationship with someone that never wanted to have sex, and
we've talked about this before.
And was like not a sexual person. Maybe he was a sexual person, but not with me. And
that's weird.
It fucked.
Red flag.
It fucked me up. It fucked me up.
Yeah.
And it was like a true test of like he would gaslight me in so many ways, but like one of the things was that he just would not. He would never try to have sex with me and never touch me, except for every blue moon he would, and it would just be like this big deal. And I honestly would never go back to something like that. No. Any day of the week I would take my husband who
Nick
makes me feel beautiful and attractive and sexy. And sometimes I'm like, can you fucking get off me? But I would take that any day of the week than the alternative, which is not knowing if your partner is attracted to you.
That's so true.
Because that fucked me up.
Yeah.
And that was like a committed, that was like a relationship.
Oh yeah. We were together.
One thing if you get like rejected.
No, we were together. Like, every time I would break up with him, he would beg for me back and cry and do all the things and love on me and all this stuff. And then we would get back into the flow of our relationship and he would completely stop touching me and trying to even do anything. And it was I had never experienced it.
No.
Because as a woman, normally you're like the one that's like...
not the norm at all.
Yeah. It's not the norm. And it really, it was such a mind fuck. It really made me crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I couldn't get a hold of it, and it's like it really tortured me. He would not communicate. He would stop talking to me for 3 days at a time and then show up, and it was the whole thing was the whole thing was fucked up and stupid, and like it. Honestly, in my mind, I don't even count it anymore as a serious relationship. Yeah. But at the time, I really did.
Of course. Yeah.
And it really messed me up to be with someone that didn't want to touch me.
Of course.
He would say, you look beautiful and all this stuff. And I would be like, ooh, tonight's the night. Like, it really messed me up.
This is just how our husbands feel.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Compliment his hair, rough. And he's like, tonight's the night. And then I'm like,
no, we're gonna go to bed.
Oh my God. Like when the other night when Nick and I had sex, he was like, it was like he couldn't believe it was happening. And it was only 2 weeks. We had only gone 2 weeks, but he was just like,
I just love him.
That was so great. And I'm like, babe, it's only been 2 weeks, but he acted like it had been a year for him.
I love that. I don't know if I just adore Nick.
He is the best.
No, he is the
best. But I don't know if either of y'all saw the other day when we were leaving the pumpkin patch. And of course, like he's like helping me because I was like by myself and pregnant. Whenever, I mean, really, Macy should have probably had the help, but
he helped me. He helped me.
And he's like, helping Hart get up the hill to go to the car, and then Hart's like holding his hand, and then like I started holding Hart's hand, and it was me and Nick.
The little family of three.
Me and Nick looked at each other and like with this knowing. Before we even acknowledged it, and at the same time we were just like our little family.
That's so
and then
good.
all of a sudden Nick was just like,
"That's so good,
like,
our little family."
It was so really funny, and then he promptly.
He does have a special bond. He does have a special bond with Hart.
I know, it is so cute.
He loves Hart. Nick's a good dude,
but he also has a special bond with Bill.
Yeah, I mean, for
and
sure.
Chase.
Yeah, Nick has all of them. They are so cute.
Nick is a special person.
They're so cute.
They're the best.
I mean,
what has it been? An hour?
56 minutes.
Jesus Christ!
Okay, let's.
All right, what's the question?
But I gotta say, I do love these.
We're free flow.
They're just flowing.
Yeah, these free flow.
Okay, so we're gonna have a question. Oh man, I just saw that picture of Sydney I sent in the text.
So good.
So good.
What do you want to know?
How do you deal with mom guilt and anxiety?
Oof. Oh, I saw this question. I do like this one. Mom guilt has been the one thing. There was a few episodes ago that the question was, what's your favorite and what's your least favorite thing about motherhood? Mom guilt was my answer about least favorite. Mom guilt fucks me up. How do you deal with it? Honestly, I talk to Chase about it.
Yep.
That's kind of my like when I'm having like overwhelming feelings of like, I mean, I don't know. Mom guilt happens all the time for me, but Chase is literally every time he's like, you're being ridiculous. Like, in a loving way, but he's like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you're being too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
That's kind of I talk to Chase about it. Because he knocks me down.
That's good.
I think honestly what's been happening in the world, not to bring it up again, but has really alleviated a lot of mom guilt for me.
Yeah.
Because the other day, my kid I wouldn't give her like a lollipop or something or a cookie. And she had a full-on nervous,
I remember you telling me this.
full-on nervous breakdown. Yeah. And I was like, children. And this made me feel like such an old person because my parents used to say this to me, but I was like, children are literally dying in Israel and Palestine right now.
Yeah.
And also God, so many places children are dying and they're not being fed and they're not being cared for. And you're yelling at me and having a nervous breakdown about a cookie. And yes, it's all relative.
Yeah.
And yes, she's 2.5.
Her feelings are, but it's like
they're valid. Okay. She can't understand.
Yeah, she doesn't.
But it kind of has alleviated some of that mom guilt. More recently, I have been taking a lot more time to work. Mm-hmm. She's been with her father more. Mm-hmm. She's been in school a little more, with Polly a little more. Mm-hmm. And I really was struggling with mom guilt. But now that I've seen the atrocities that are happening to people, I'm like, you're good.
Yeah.
You are fed. You are loved. Nobody beats
so many
you.
People. Yeah.
Nobody beats you, and you are spoiled.
Yeah.
So you don't get a cookie, or you haven't seen me in a few hours.
You're fine.
It's probably good for you.
Yeah.
It's really alleviated that for me because fucking perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are so many people and children, especially in this world right now, that don't even have a roof over their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our kids, they're lucky as fuck.
Oh, they have the best lives in the entire world.
They're lucky as fuck.
Yeah.
I refuse to feel guilty about doing normal human things that make me feel like a person.
Yeah.
I refuse.
I'm happy to hear you say that.
I refuse. Same. I was feeling that way for so long. Nope, not now. Not that I've seen what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Nope. Our kids are so lucky.
Yeah.
She's all good.
They're so fortunate, all of them.
Yeah.
What about you, Morg?
To be honest, I'm sitting here thinking about it as y'all are talking. I don't know that I really have a lot of the guilt.
Oh, that's so nice.
But I have a lot of the anxiety.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So for example, the other Friday, I was going to take him to school, and I work from home on Friday, so I'd drop him off and then come back. And he had number one worst tantrum he's ever had, like screaming, kicking in the car, like hiccuping, like breathing in the car, like crying, like home. Like he's never screamed to go home on the way to school, like ever. And so, yes, this was also whenever a lot of this stuff was, I had a lot of the perspective about what was going on.
It was like the Hamas day of reckoning.
Yeah, yes, it was. Yeah,
where we were scared,
and we had just all texted about that too.
Yeah,
probably like right when you were dropping him off.
Exactly, fresh on my mind. But even without that, I probably would have felt similar.
Yeah,
not as much. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is him telling me like something's going to happen to him if he goes to school.
Yeah, and you have to trust that.
But it's like it's so hard because. It's so hard because I actually do this with really minor things as well. So it's like, what do I actually need to take seriously?
What do you trust?
Yeah. So that's what I spiral on. Is like, and Bill, I put his sheets on, there's the top and the bottom. I put that on a certain way on his bed. Bill did it the other way. And then the next day he got a stomach bug. And so I was like, well, what if it's because his sheets were put on the wrong way? And that's called mental illness, sweetie. Don't listen to it. She wants to win, but you can't let her win.
Don't let her win.
So I don't have a lot of the guilt as much, at least not recently, but
as
a lot of the anxiety stuff.
Yeah.
How do I deal with it? Yeah. You just take every hour as it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to anchor yourself to reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my answer.
Guilt and anxiety, they both suck. But every mom has it.
They suck. At the end of the day, if you're present with your kid, I mean, I find that if I put my phone down and I just am present with her, whether that's us watching a movie together or us having a meal together or us just walking hand in hand somewhere and I am present, she is so happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the phone and it's the being there but not being there that really hurts
Turn it off and
I've started doing my phone rules are pretty. Even Chase the other day was
Mommy,
like,
come watch with me. Yeah. Mommy, come sit with me.
I've started leaving my phone in the other room, and at night I haven't been texting y'all back at night a lot because I've started putting my phone in my room at like 8, and then if the boys are awake. That no phone makes a big difference.
Huge.
It does.
It makes a really big difference.
They appreciate it, and that's all they want.
Yep,
it does.
It's your undivided attention.
I'll keep this extremely short, but I do think it's cute because I was like, it was just a good moment and something good to remember. The other night, I think it was Sunday night, Bill, me, and Hart were all out back, and Hart's going through this thing where he's like telling us what to draw with chalk.
Yeah,
and I was crocheting, and Bill was playing with him and drawing with chalk, and he was like, oh, this isn't my thing, buddy, like I'm not like artistic, I'm not creative in this way, like I'm not a drawer. I was like, he doesn't need you to be good at it. He doesn't need it to look like Buzz Lightyear. He just needs you to be engaged. And that's just so important to remember.
It's true. They don't care if you're good at anything. They care that you're there.
They just want you there. The amount
physically
of times
and
now,
mentally.
Eli over and over again, mommy sit, mommy draw, mommy eat, and I'm like,
that's fair.
How do I say no to that?
Hard thing is, mama do it.
Yeah, mama down. Like,
mommy sit with me. Mommy watch with me.
It's
mommy
hard
draw
to say
with
no
me.
to
Mommy,
that.
yeah. And that's them saying, mommy, put your phone down.
I want you here. Well, Eli just wants me around at all times. He's going through a massive mom stage.
Yeah.
But it's really...
Yeah, that's Farrah all the time.
Yeah.
She's really good with Nick, but at the end of the day, it's me.
Yeah. I mean, I think all kids are that way.
100%.
At least at this age. Okay, we'll wrap it up. We love y'all. Cheers to... What all did we talk about?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Putting the phone down and being present.
I mean,
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Rock, rock, rock me, mama.